Happy week 4/5/21. I hope everybody is doing well. This is the start of the halfway point for the course. And I would have to say that everyone is working really hard and there's a lot of good content going on. So let's jump right into week 4. Once again, starting off with the great quote: "If you're making mistakes, it means you're out there doing something." And that's Neil Gaiman from Make Good Art. And really, that's the whole point of education, right? That we're making mistakes as we're learning and doing, and then learning from those mistakes. And so it's a really great quote. Full disclosure, once again, did not read that. Someone sent me that quote, but I loved it. And so it's one of those books that I probably should read. Don't know if I'll get to it, right? The list is long of summer reading already. So for this week, we dive into the IEP process. And I know throughout discussion boards, a lot of people have already mentioned frustrations in IEPs and then some amazing things that have come out of IEPs. And the one thing I would say, as you go through the discussion question and go through this week with the IEP in mind, is be wary or guard against venting or complaining, even though we need to do that. But really, even in a negative IEP situation, if you're using that in your discussion post, what good came out of that, or what would have been a better route for you specifically, because all you can control is you, right? We can't control other people. So, I would just say it's really easy to get negative when it comes to IEPs because sometimes they take a long time and tired, and sometimes you think, well, this isn't going to do anything. So really just that mindset does make a big difference. And then we're also going to look at some communication tools specifically in the realm of technology, and then also funding sources. And this week you guys do have assignments. They pick back up. There's an assignment due this week, and the next couple weeks get pretty busy. And so all your content is right here, but I'm actually, instead of going through it on the announcement, which I typically do, and you can see it's all bullet pointed, everything is right there for you. Even coming up, looking ahead, this week, you need to work on your portfolio. Assignment 4, assignment 5, assignment 6, they're all coming up in the next couple weeks. I'm going to pop over into the actual week and go through it here. Really starting with your journal prompt or your Christian message, which I don't know if you guys are doing that, but it's really, really good this week. In the area of changing your mindset around IEPs, actually. So I would highly recommend reading James 4 and Philippians 2:3, because it really can make a difference as you go through the discussion post and go through the assignments this week. So you have to review 2 chapters in the text, 6 and 9. They're both about normal length for this text. That's the one thing I do like about the Dell text, is all the chapters are very similar. And then your new chapter is chapter 14 for this week. So go through that. Then you have 2 PowerPoints to go through, assistive technology planner, and then a tool for recruiting and retaining individuals with disabilities. They're both pretty interesting, actually. There's some points in there that, at least as I go through them, I wouldn't have thought of or wouldn't have popped into my brain. And then this video, A Day in the Life of Richard Devylder. It's only 2 minutes, right? So it's not a long video. You can watch it right in here. If you want to go full screen, you can just hit that box. I'll come back to the discussion board questions. Continue working on your EAT portfolio. That's every week. If anyone's having any troubles with Google Sites and how to build that, please let me know. This week you're looking at IEP Process, low incident tools, communication technology tools. As always, you can go to the directions in the rubric right there and see everything. I've not gotten any emails on the ePortfolio, so I'm assuming everyone is doing well. And then this week, it's the Try Something New assignment that you guys have been working on for weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this one is very similar to the other ones. We'll just pop it open real quick here. And it's on a communication tool, so you should have really been doing this throughout the weeks. And answering these questions on this document right here that pops up. Just filling out that chart. So once again, I haven't had any questions on that either, so I'm assuming you guys are doing fine on that. And then coming up in weeks 5, 6, and 7, like I said, there's a lot of bigger assignments coming up, specifically that lesson plan and the presentation coming up. Let's pop over to your discussion board questions. The questions are good this week. a note, your week 3 discussion questions will be graded sometime today or tomorrow. They're all really good. You guys all had great activity last week, and so keep that up. It really is a big part of your learning. So this one, what's funny is that the question 2, there's already been a few answers. Question 1, not so much. Which of the steps in the IEP pre-referral process have you participated in? So that could be, SST, student assistant meetings, tier 1 meetings for your MTSS, things of that nature. Describe your involvement. What did you do? Who else was a part of it? Did the process go smoothly? What was the outcome? Are you confident you're saying the process? If not, what can you do to gain more confidence? So there's a lot of questions in there for the IEP process or the pre-referral process. So really just, how did you roll through that? Who else was a part of it? What went well, what didn't, and how could it have gone better? And then your second question for the week, like I said, some of you have already jumped in here. But search for some videos on YouTube of students on the spectrum that are using communication tools. Share something new or surprising to you, and make sure you provide the links to the videos that you found, or even embed the videos in there. So this one obviously is a little more positive than maybe the IEP question, but they're both very important. So that is week 4. Not a ton of content for week 4, but there are 2 questions. The assignment is due, and then also coming up, there's a lot of stuff coming up. So make sure you're on top of it. As always, if you have any questions or need any help with anything, shoot me an email, a text. You can give me a call, direct message or Vox, whatever you need to get a hold of me. Have a great, great, great week 4.